It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they'd better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there, and I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
No, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
On the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival, the Houston Rockets are getting ready for this thing to get started. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. You look at the Timberwolves, well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams put each other to the test certainly every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
And I think for Minnesota, they're placing themselves right among the league's top teams here in the early start. It doesn't look to me like they're in any danger of getting off to a slow start.
Greg, they've eliminated that possibility in my eyes. I mean, they've come together quickly, and I think they're going to be right in the playoff mix all season.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. And at this point of the season, Clark, we can see which teams have the better depth, the better bench. If you would, talk about the importance of having a strong bench over the long haul.
For contending teams, I think it's a difference maker because it allows you to work through the length of the season in a more measured way, which gives your key players rest. You spread out the minutes over more players, so that tends to lend itself to freshness as you get ready for the playoffs.
Boys, nice and high.
I don't know if you can overstate the value of a quality bench when you're a team that's expected to make a deep run in the playoffs.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Green is out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And it's Towns missing. Rockets on offense. To the middle, here's Tucker. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Tucker's got the first points up on the board for Houston. And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The kick out to Dang. Launches a 3. He doesn't hit that one. And Houston the other way now. Shoots from the baseline. Pass to Paul. Back to Harden. Pass to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. And Harden with the stuff.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Poked loose. Paul passes to Tucker. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And here we go. Paul heading to the hoop. A rebound by the Timberwolves. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Greg, we know that's in the past, but you can't change that for sure. Nevertheless, a win would be sweet.
Harden kicks to Capella. The pass to Paul. And Tucker has it in the corner. Outside, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Lob pass to Capella. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Habit, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Teague. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for Green.
Well, the 2016 Rookie of the Year, Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Cat. Only the 5th player to win that award unanimously. And by the way, in year 2, he set the Timberwolves franchise record for scoring in a season.
Now here's Harden. Here's Nene. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Wiggins outside. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And you talk about Towns' sophomore year. He became the first player, Clark, in NBA history to record 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 100 three-pointers in a single season.
Wow, that is impressive, boy. But his shooting ability, for his size, remarkable. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me before his career is done, Kevin, if he joins Dirk Nowitzki as the only 7-footers in the 50-40-90 club. 50% two-point field goals, 40% or better from 3, and 90% from the line.
Jones checked in for Minnesota. And a switch here also for Houston. Fareed is checked in.
A competent score from the mid-range. Actually, maybe his best part of his game. Gibson solid at recognizing when that shot's available.
Passes it to Nene. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Wiggins. The Rockets also changing it up. Iman Shumpert's checked in for Harden. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Fareed. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline jumper. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Iman Shumpert. That's his first foul. Taken away by Nene.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
Shumpert dishes to Fareed. Here's Rivers. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Tolliver. Some solid defense there by Nene. Rockets leading by 7. On the wing, Gordon releases. No good off the front iron.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. I mean, doesn't matter who you are. The defense left him wide open. Pros make those.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. Now here's Jones. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gibson finds Jones. Count it. Good.
And, you know, it's a bonus to have big men who pass it like this. Gibson, solid instincts there.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Leading by 5. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And here's Rose after Eric Gordon hit the 3. Tolliver the pass to Jones. 5 on the clock. Kicks it to Jang. From deep. And the rebound goes to Nene.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss and get ready for the next one.
Now here's Rivers. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Shumpert passes to Rivers. A three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 8. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
To the inside, Gibson with the steal. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Here's Tolliver. Makes it off the glass.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden, who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me. And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Jones against Rivers. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Rose with the ball. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. The shot that time, not on target. Shumpert with some nice D. The drive by Gordon. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Towns is checked in. Here's Shumpert. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Rose. Clark, agility is such an important thing for players to have, obviously. When you look at the offensive end, knowing that agility has that upper value, who are some of the more elusive players you see in the game now?
Man, I don't think there's any more elusive player in the game than Steph Curry. I tell you, he's not the most athletic, he's not the fastest, but he is the slipperiest guy to try to keep a handle on. His ball handling, his shot making, his change of pace. I throw Kyrie Irving in there as well. Kemba Walker, diminutive in size, but boy, is he hard to keep corralled. And Lou Williams, one of my favorites. One of the great scorers, maybe one of the greatest scorers ever, under 6'2" in the league.
Some terrific names there. And some other contenders, Clark and the West, are faltering. The window now seems to be opening wider for the Timberwolves as they march down this playoff road.
Yeah, they're closing in on it, Kevin. The window is a little wider, but you've got to walk through it. And right now, they're still second tier.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And for Tyus Jones, 3 gold medals playing for the U.S. national team throughout high school. He was Minnesota's Mr. Basketball, a national title Clark in his lone season at Duke. I mean, this kid's already got a lot of hardware.
Yeah, he's got a cabinet full of hardware, and I think he's got a chance to develop into a really solid point guard in this league. Again, just 1 year of college, very early in his career. You got to give him time because he's shown that he can be a winner at the levels he's played at prior to the NBA.
Now Jones, after Iman Shumpert missed from long range.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And here is Shumpert after Tyus Jones getting his shot to go from deep. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Gordon, also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency, a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but, man, he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Luol Deng is checked in for Tolliver. And it's Teague in for Derrick Rose.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 5. Floats one up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Teague's got his first 2 points of the night.
Hey, Teague's not a big guy, but he's not really pint-sized. Nonetheless, impressive work for the little fella to get it done inside.
Shumpert with it. Jones covering. For Houston, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That's good from Shumpert.
Well, last season, the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion, a winner-take-all overtime victory in the final game of the season against the Nuggets. I actually watched that game, and it was worth staying up late for.
Andrew Wiggins, who's checked in for Tyus Jones. And if the regular season brought encouragement for the Wolves, Clark, the postseason showed us just how far they've got to go.
That's right. That's exactly right, Kevin. A win in the first round, just one win. The Rockets were a hard matchup for them, but there's a big difference between being a playoff team and a title contending team.
Rivers. Here's Gordon. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now, here's Teague, who's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Launches it. That's good from Shumpert on the assist by Fareed. And now a 10-point Rocket lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Now, here's Teague. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Here's Wiggins, and it's off the back rim, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Rivers against Teague. Fareed, left side. There's Gordon with the 3, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now here's Deng. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Rivers against Teague. Inside. And Towns throws it down.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Rivers kicks to Nene. He dishes it to Gordon. Over Dang. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
And there's a whistle, goes on him on Shumpert. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Sharks checked in for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's interesting. Some people say Wiggins should play meaner, but to me, the most important thing is that he improves his overall game every year.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Now here's Rivers. Back to Shumpert. Shot clock at 5. Gordon outside. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 9. Dang kicks to Wiggins. A three-pointer is right on target. Wiggins has got 5 points so far.
Boy, the progression of Wiggins' game out beyond the arc. He now is not only shooting that shot, Kevin, he's expecting to make it.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Gordon. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg. That's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
The Rockets have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And Gordon just continues to prove why he's so valuable. I mean, he knows he's out there to shoot the ball, and he does it very well.
All free throws good from Eric Gordon.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Wiggins with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Outside jumper over Wiggins.
Good discipline on defense. Wiggins right on top of it the whole way.
A big-time effort for Eric Gordon, providing a lot of energy for the Houston Rockets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I mean, what's interesting for me, first quarter, they're already getting points from their reserves.
Yeah, and that bench, boy, has been really good. Provided a nice spark so far.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got him on Shumpert. Nene is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then there's Gordon, and it's Rivers in at the point. And you think about the game of Karl Anthony Towns, the versatility, Clark. The versatility just leaps out at you.
Well, he's a man of his times, Kevin, when you talk about his game. I mean, that's where the game is now. And that's always been his ambition, to be as complete a player as possible. And at his size, he shoots it deep. He can post you up. And as he gets better as a passer, he's going to be harder to guard.
The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. And Towns drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Rivers with it. Picked up by Teague. Kicks it out to Gordon. Takes the three. That one doesn't go. And Minnesota will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That will complete this 4-game homestand. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Dang.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here is House. The pass to Gordon. Over Dang. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 14 points.
And, you know, when Gordon gets going, the D better watch out. I mean, he heats up fast. Excellent at getting to his spots.
Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a switch here also for Houston. Edwards is checked in. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. He has 7.
Nice fluid motion off the catch there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins becoming a dangerous jump shooter.
Rivers dishes to Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Eric Gordon, Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Clark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules had gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
Now here's Rose. No points in the game yet for him. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Gibson.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Here is Edwards. Left side, Gordon. Over Wiggins. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Saric kicks to Rose. Saric has the open look. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one. The Rockets have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Rivers against Rose. Nene finds Gordon. That shot misses. Towns with the defensive effort.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Here's Wiggins, plenty of space. They get it back. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Nene.
Well, I tell you what, so hard trying to corral Towns. He's got excellent strength, good feet, good hands, and he's got a will to score the ball that you've got to appreciate.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Tolliver comes in for Žarić, and Jones subbed in for Wiggins. Rivers kicks to Edwards. He tries for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Outside, Towns. Dishes it to Tolliver. Back to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And, you know, defensively, you have to try something different. I mean, Towns has been lighting you up all night.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Rivers kicks to Edwards. Nene outside. Jones against Rivers. Good work defensively by Jones.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
No coverage that time. Now it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead. Timeout called the Rockets.
You know, in recent years, the Rockets have not lacked for critics. I mean, they're a jump shooting team. They're a bean counting front office. A coach whose teams don't defend. Last season, I think, silenced a lot of those critics.
Jang, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters, the 4th spot held by Clint Capella.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Rockets trail by 3. And Clark, it all seemed to come together for the Rockets last season. What was the key in your estimation?
I think you've got to look right at the addition of Chris Paul, reducing the workload on James Harden, more defensive-minded wings, also the development of Clint Capella. When you factor those things in, you get 65 wins during the regular season for the Rockets.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Minnesota on D. Here's Gordon. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And, you know, Gordon is a dominant jump shooter if there is such a guy. I mean, it takes a lot to throw him off his stride and rhythm, even when you try to crowd him on defense.
Here's Bates Diop. Rebounded by Capella. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Rose. Passes to Jones. In the corner, it's Jang. Clock at 6. Rose against Gordon. And it's Rose missing. For Houston, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Rebound, Minnesota. Minnesota making a switch here. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. On the wing, Jones. He's guarded by Rivers. Pass to Bayless. Looking for Jang. He gets it there. And finished off by Jang.
And, you know, passing the ball is exactly what Bayless is out there to do. I mean, especially when a teammate does not have anybody around him. Get it to the open guy.
Now here's Gordon. 18 points for him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Jared Bayless, the guard out of Arizona, came into the league as a point guard, Clark, but now mostly plays off guard.
Yeah, and I think that fits his game better, Kevin, quite honestly. He wasn't ever really a traditional point guard. He's always been a shot-first guard. But that's not a knock. That's just who he is. He's a capable shooter and a pretty strong driver as well.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Timberwolves. Wiggins comes in for Jared Bayless. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group. Looking at the Timberwolves, let's see where they rank in the NBA statistics right now.
And talking about how consistent they've been at the foul line. So often it's an afterthought, but the good teams find a way to make teams pay for sending them to the free throw line. That's been a key all season.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Deng. Rivers scanning the floor. Pass to Hartenstein. He kicks it to Shumpert. Knocked loose and stolen by Jang, and there's a whistle. It goes on Iman Shumpert, and that'll be his third foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
And the Rockets making a change here. House is checked in, stolen away. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And it's Gordon, that time on the assist by House. And it's now 22 points for Eric Gordon. The Timberwolves trail. Outside, Jones. Out to the wing. Here's Jang. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it, and he's able to get it back. Tolliver the pass to Jang. And another shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
Though Jang has developed a pretty good outside shot, this is where you want him operating, in the painted area.
Here's Rivers. A beautiful reverse layup. Rivers has got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Jones drives in. Got a hand on it. On the wing, Gordon. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Chicago.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Here's Jones following the score by Houston. There's the feed to Tolliver. It's blocked, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Sharch checked in for Tolliver, and it's Teague in for Jones. The Rockets making a switch here. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Dang for 3. That one doesn't drop. And the Rockets take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Hartenstein passes to Shumpert. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. Minnesota making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Edwards, he's checked in for Houston. That one misses.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Saric nails them both. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Wiggins surveying the floor. Kicks to T. Now the pass to Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. A 15-footer. Rockets with the rebound.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Feeds it to Rivers. Lets it go from deep. The putback. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Wiggins against Shumpert. Baseline try. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Jeff Teague.
Can't take Teague lightly from the mid-range now because he's consistent at cashing in from there.
Rivers passes to Hartenstein. Back to Rivers. Fareed outside. Passes it to Shumpert. Over Wiggins. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Jang's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 13 feet away. And it's Wiggins missing.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
Now here's Rivers. 8 points for him. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. And the Rockets making a change here as well. House is checked in. That one misses.
You take a look at the Rockets offense and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight and it works for them.
Here's Rivers following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Rivers kicks to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Derrick Rose is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Paul's checked in for Austin Rivers. So he gets them both. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Got a piece of it. Teague finds Saric. And it's off from 3-point range. Rockets leading by 4. Paul left side. Launches a 3. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Left side Rose. He's looking for Saric and finds him. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for Dario Saric. Now here's Paul. He got it up. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
A big-time effort for Eric Gordon, providing a lot of energy for Houston. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter, it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited, officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they've gotten to the line tonight a lot. Basically, they're saying, I'm going to take it to you. And the only way you can stop me is to foul me. But here's the thing. If you're afraid to sacrifice your body, you'll never pick up a lot of free throws. So great job in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Eric Gordon.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that he's staying in aggressive attack mode. I mean, forcing the issue, making the defense foul.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Saric is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Dang in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Got to respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
Here's Harden. Second shot opportunity. Connects. The jumper drops. Harden's got 6.
Harden always is squaring up before he shoots it. Fundamentally sound in that area. It's the simple things. I like to say the main things are the plain things.
Well said, Clark. Well said. Now here's Teague. And Saric kicks to Gibson. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
And the first one drops.
You know, James Harden, the leading isolation scorer in the league for the last 3 years plus. He's taken it to a whole new level, almost 12 points a game in isolation in 2018. And his efficiency, the best in the game, is off the charts.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Harden hits them both. And it's interesting, isn't it? Isolation, one-on-one basketball has lost favor league-wide, but Harden flips that logic on its head.
Yeah, it can still be a little frustrating to watch at times, Kevin, but it reminds me a bit of the way that Steph Curry changed the definition of a good shot, his deep range and marksmanship from long distance. Now more and more players are shooting it from that deep. Harden is changing the definition of a good possession because he's just so talented at making the toughest shots look easy.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
First free throw is good.
You know, it's nearly impossible trying to defend Harden. I mean, he has it all in his package. One of the best penetrators in the game. He's a great passer, and we know what he can do scoring the ball.
Gordon's checked in for Houston. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And so it's Dang bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Towns, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
Good luck trying to keep Cat off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns loves mixing it up down low and getting after those second chances.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating. Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Tucker, the pass to Nene. He kicks it to Harden. It's good. Harden's got 11 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now Teague. Sweet little floater.
Yeah, that's a nice read, Kevin, from Teague on that pick and roll. Saw what was exposed and then took advantage of it.
Now here's Harden. There's the dish to Green. There's the three. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. It's stolen by Green, and Green slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Saric. Tolliver comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Rose in for Andrew Wiggins.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 22. Lots of room. And it's Houston with another. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Rose surveying the D. Down low and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Towns. 2nd in three-point field goal percentage, 10th in rebounding, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And back to your point, he's 2nd in three-point accuracy. A lot of that has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone. Now here's Gordon. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for that game against the Warriors, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
The free throw drops for House. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. He doesn't get the second one.
And, you know, Gorgui Dieng, not just remarkable for his basketball talent, but for how he's given back to his native country of Senegal. I mean, we talk about unselfishness all the time in the basketball sense, but this is really unselfishness in the greatest and truest sense.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Here's House. Connects on the 9-footer. House has got 5 points now in the quarter. Timberwolves trail by 8. And you mentioned the philanthropy of Dieng. It goes way beyond running a basketball camp or cutting a check.
Yeah, he owns over 100 acres in Senegal where he tutors local farmers. I mean, he's got a real passion for farming. Maybe more significantly, his contributions to hospitals in that poverty-stricken region, literally changing and saving lives.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Timberwolves. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. Outside Rose. Kicks it out to Wiggins. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist here tonight.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open look.
Timberwolves trail by 7. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And how about the airtime improvisation from Derrick Rose? Able to hang and finish with the defender looming. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside Gordon. Here's Hartenstein, defended by Gibson. That savvy little up fake there, fooling the D. Hartenstein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. Gordon trying to break loose. Here's Hartenstein. That one goes. Count it. Hartenstein's got 8 points. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Gibson. And it's Dieng in for Teague. Wiggins finds Rose. Timberwolves passing it around. To the inside. Here's Dieng. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Houston leading by 9. Gordon with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And they double up Gordon. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Minnesota with the ball. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Wiggins outside to the paint. Here's Jang. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. On defense, Houston, 9-point game. They recover it. Dang with the bucket.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Now here's Shumpert. He's got 9. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensive. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
Which is what makes that such an interesting collection of players for me. So much contrast in their methods, but success all around. It goes to show how many different ways there are to get it done in the post.
Here's Shumpert following the score by Derrick Rose. Shumpert passes to Nene and stolen by Jang, and there's the call on Nene. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Nene. Edwards comes in for Gordon, and it's Austin Rivers in for Shumpert. Timberwolves trail by 5. Wiggins outside. Pass to Towns. He dishes it to Rose. Shot from free throw range. And again, it's Minnesota.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in him. The big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
House kicks to Edwards. To the wing on the left. House the pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock to the left wing. The 19-foot shot. That one goes. Count it. House has got 7 points for the quarter. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Bounce pass from Rose. Dang finds Towns. Buries it down low. Towns has got 22 points.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, tell you what, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Saric has checked in for Luol Deng. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. Faried outside to the left side wing. Outside Gordon. Pass to Edwards. 4 on the shot clock. Rivers. And it's off from 3-point range. Timberwolves trail by 3. Saric outside. Here's Wiggins. And Kenneth Faried pulls it down. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gordon the pass to Edwards. A second chance effort. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Now a moment to see the stats for Wiggins. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, putting up about 24 points per, 6 assists, and just over 2 steals. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position, then uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
That free throw good from Kenneth Faried. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But, Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
All free throws good from Kenneth Fareed.
A flat-out hustler. Fareed is an energy guy who gives you everything he has when he's on the floor.
Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 24. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Rivers. Traps in the tray. Rivers has got 12.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
Rose kicks to Saric. There's the pass to Towns. From 11 feet away, Rockets with the rebound. Hartenstein's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Inside, Gibson with the steal. Saric attacking, passes it to Rose. Over Rivers. And it falls over the rim and in. 8 points for Rose.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Rockets leading by 4. 1:07 left in the third quarter. Fareed the pass to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Sinks that one from the post. Edwards got his 3rd bucket of the night. And it's Rose with the ball for the Timberwolves. No good. Shot missing. And the Rockets take it the other way. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And the shot goes in. And now an 8-point Houston lead.
Nice to see Gordon use his touch down low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
And Bayless kicks to Saric. Over Edwards. Saric, that's good. He's got 8. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Fareed looking for an opening. In the corner, it's Gordon. Clock at 6. He's feeling it. And that one hits back iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. We've got Rivers. Edwards is out there with Iman Shumpert. Then there's Gordon. And it's Fareed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Teague. Shoots from 14. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with a chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Rivers kicks to Gordon. Back to Rivers. Down low. From 8. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Rivers. Rivers has got 3 assists tonight.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, I'll tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's foul number 2 for him. Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dang comes in for Saric. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. P.J. Tucker comes in for Edwards. James Harden, he's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Paul in for Rivers. Now here's Teague. Jang dishes to Teague. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside Dang. 6 on the shot clock. Count it, and the foul. That's on Clint Capella.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. And that one falls for Dang.
And Dang brings a lot to the table. I mean, a terrific defender, and he's very reliable as a scorer at all 3 levels.
Now here's Paul. To the middle, Capella.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game, where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
No good on that one.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection.
He hits the 2nd from the line.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a 2-possession game, at least.
Timberwolves trail by 4. T kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Bates-Diop. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer, a striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's Dang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 5 assists in the game. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Harden up top. Jang defending. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. Minnesota making a switch here. Charge is checked in. Throw good, James Harden.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Teague finds Dang. Jang with the ball. Guarded by Green. Teague for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. And here is Paul. Minnesota with the rebound. Jang's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Now here's Paul. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Paul passes to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Whenever Harden sprints inside, man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though. But sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Gorgie Dang. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Now here's Wiggins. Wiggins drawing the double team. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Teague.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
So it's the Rockets now. Harden scanning the floor. Over in the corner, Paul for 3. Houston gets it back. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Down low, stolen by Harden. Green inside. He's covered by Dang. And there's Green on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Paul against Teague. Sharge outside. Back to Teague. Shot clock at 6. Trying his luck deep. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night. A shot by Harden, wide open, and a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
They get it back. No good from Gibson.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
To the inside, Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Harden's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dishes it to Gibson. Looking for Dang. He gets it there. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Teague against Paul. And Tucker has it in the corner. Paul against Teague. Paul dishes to Tucker. Buries it from 3-point range. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now here's Teague. Wiggins outside. Wiggins drawn the double team. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. To the paint, here's Paul. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, Chris Paul will get his points any way he can. I mean, that's his aggressive nature. CP3, if it means handling contact, he's ready for it.
Now here's Teague. Here's Sharch. It's rebounded by Paul. Houston leading by 16. The three from Harden. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Wiggins against Harden. Ball's knocked loose. The drive by Green.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the first one drops. Clark, you've always been a student of the game. You've seen a number of guys do a great job of changing styles as they've gotten older in the game.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch. I think about Magic Johnson. I think about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Right.
You watch these guys, and there are a number of other guys, too. I mean, those come to mind pretty prominently. But again, it's about a concession to who you are for real, not who you used to be. And I love seeing guys play more on the ground when they were high flyers earlier, or add a jump shot when they were drivers. Those are neat evolutions to see.
Here's Bates Diop. Will it go? Harden grabs the miss.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Here's Bates Diop. Plenty of space. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Rockets leading by 23. Harden kicks to Capella. Back to Harden. From downtown, and Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Harden. That's 7 points for Chris Paul.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Yeah, Kevin, you have to appreciate Jang's strength there. I mean, fights through contact for the potential and one.
Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only one, maybe 2 guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And it's good for 2. 9 points for Clint Capella.
Capella's a capable scorer from the interior. Nice job there.
Rose finds Jang. Back to Rose. Rocket 6. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Rose. Average value of an NBA team, Clark, over $1 billion. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, but the league wasn't always so healthy and always thriving the way it is now.
Yeah, every business goes through periods of prosperity and challenge. The league, NBA, no different. Early 80s, there were real struggles and challenges. Then there was a real bump as we got into the late 80s and into the 90s, plateaued a bit, and now we're on a great ascension. But the players and the league have really worked well together to bring the league to a greater level of popularity and success in this time period now. And you can't discount the big money from TV contracts. That fuels the fire quite a bit as well.
Green, no luck. Timberwolves trail by 20. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Paul passes to Tucker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Houston making a switch here. And so Jones nails both of them. And it's Paul with the ball for Houston. He feeds it to Harden. And the rejection by Jang.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Jang, given his size and wingspan.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Out to the right wing. Houston moving the ball around. Paul with the ball. Jones covering. Paul's shot is off. Pass to Bates-Diop. The shot from the low post is good.
That's exactly how you set the table. Great dime there.
Paul with the ball. So we see Houston taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. You know, our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.